My country people, I tell you, say, that people there for La République du Cameroon, they don't embarrass the whole world, shock the whole world, so they reach for level where some Pan-African activists, he never feel swallow. He said, no, make I talk to Cameroon. Ah, now we can embarrassment this, now we can shame this for a whole continent. It means say, no person would brain no day for that country or now wait till it happen. Now why that way you and me will not be part of that shame, of the shame of shames, will not be part of that disgrace, because first of all, will not ever be part. Now why that way you and me want me the pack quick come for we land, so that we restore the soul of Ambazonia, the soul of the southern Cameroons. May we restore the dignity of we land. So when people they pass across the world, they point and say, oh, now Ambazonia and that, they will say, ah, oh my goodness, those people, those great people. But today, we pass and they say, you show passport, say, ah, Cameroon, hey, yeah. That say, now, can't fall from this. You need that time, listen to this, Oga, will come back.
Yes, people. Sometimes here in Africa, people are complaining about things they can solve themselves. Sometimes we complain too much. You know, some of these things, this is a self-inflicted injury. Look at Cameroon. Cameroonians, where are you? I want to talk to Cameroonians. Come to the front of the class. I think Cameroonians, despite being the strongest probably in Africa and the fittest, the people who gave you Francis Ngannou, Roger Miller, these are the weakest brains we have in Africa. Yes, what do you mean? Cameroon has, do they even have internet in Cameroon? Do they even think in Cameroon? Is there any person apart from Samuel Eto'o, Francis Ngannou, Roger Miller, and the people that we see who shine on the world stage? Do you know how many famous Cameroonians I can name right now who have shone so brightly on the world stage? As the population of Cameroon, is it purely made up of backward individuals? Let me check something very small. I want to confirm if Rene Cloudmaker is still the commander, the chief of staff of the army. This man was born in 1939. How old is that? Now let me come to the reason why I'm saying Cameroonians are the weakest Africans we have currently. This gentleman that you call Paul Biya is 92 years old. He's leading one of the poorest economies in the world. You know, let me just check for you something. Because we can't keep saying that colonialism this, white people that, China that, Russia this, or Middle East oil crisis that. Yet, Cameroon has a GDP of 49 billion. That is a quarter of the revenue that Tesla made last year. One US company is the whole economy of Cameroon. But you want to insist that a 92-year-old man who has been working there for 50 years has something new to give. Cameroon is the weakest nation right now in the whole world. Because these are the people that will tolerate the biggest amount of dereliction of duty that there is. Is Paul Biya usually in your country, you Cameroonians? Seriously, if you are in Cameroon right now, I want to ask you, how many times do you see Paul Biya doing the actual business of government? Or is just a placeholder that people have put there and they are very confident that these people of Cameroon, they are either, I don't think they are ignorant. What is it? Did the witch who put his spell on Kenyans in 2022 also, is he from Cameroon? Is that the place where he started his witchcraft? And did that witch die so that now the whatever you was put upon you, the big spell cast upon you, is something you can't throw off It's beyond your thinking capacity. What is this? Look at this country called Cameroon. It is 93rd ranked in terms of GDP in the world. But then, something is not adding up. The GDP and the GDP per capita, they don't add up, because there seems to be such a lot of people in Cameroon, a certain group of people in Cameroon with a lot of money, then a very big group, over 90%, are living barely in poverty or a lower middle class lifestyle. But Cameroonians are very interested in sports. They're very interested to go and swim. You know, it is very odd. You are swimming through the jungle. You go through the jungle, then you go through the sea, you go through the desert. By the time you get to the foreign countries where most of the energy of Cameroon is going, you've spent enough resources that you would easily have spent at home and made a success. Cameroonians are in Paris burning cars on the street and fighting for freedom when they should be at home in Yaoundé asking why a 92-year-old man is the president, yet the economy is stagnant. Be 92 and a president, and there are no people suffering. Everybody has schooling, everybody has the basics. Basic education, basic health in Cameroon is a rumor. You have areas, full areas of Cameroon where child labor is just practiced openly. And you are here talking about, we want Paul Biya to stand for the next president. No, monsieur, no, that is not possible. This guy is too old, too archaic, and too ineffective. Him and his head of army, Cloudmaker. Who are they? They are too old. First, they are performing poorly. Cameroonian army cannot face even ragtag rebels and you know, people carrying old World War I shotguns. The Cameroonian army is not able to contain them. They are not able to do any aerial surveillance. They are not able to tell you if they are terrorists or if they are freedom fighters or what is going on. They have none of the intelligence. They are depending on France. Cameroonians, now we'll start assigning blame to the people pulling the African cause behind, and we have started. The first problem in Africa is not even poverty or anything. It's Cameroonians. The worst people setting the worst example. Them and Ugandans here. You can't elect somebody. You were born 40 years ago. You found this guy is the president. You are living in the slums. You are already 40. You are still in the slums. What do you think this guy is going to do different? That is insanity. Bad example. Cameroon. Reason number one why Africa is behind Cameroon. Yes, people. Sometimes here in Africa, people are complaining about things.
Sorry for that little technical lapse we make with over. So you see, the thing with this gentleman, he don't talk for years. Although being for Trump grammar, you know they say for me for over, because I should say every person don't catch at least something from way to way in the talker. You see this guy, he don't talk something, he be short. Say René Cloudmaker, he be about 90 years old. Now he be military army chief of staff for that Republic of Cameroon. Who said the young people then go? You didn't hear how he talk. Say according to the belief, say Cameroon are the biggest disgrace for all of Africa. According to the belief, say Cameroon are one of the reasons where Africa they behind. Why? Because examples are like Cameroon, they didn't make it difficult for other entities for be able for effect the kind of change where they want them. You want doubt, see what will happen for Chad just next door. For Chad just next door, what will happen? Young Muhammad Idris Deby. Young Muhammad Idris Deby joined yesterday. It already changed constitution for the country. Where he previously talk say the presidential mandate are 5 years renewable once. Now don't talk say although you win election never stay say no one that Jack again for a copy which we Paul Biya the do one. Because of course you can put there teach you the right thing. So again for talk say change the constitution. Now for Chad, presidential limit no day. So The first Debbie be do 30-something years. This other Debbie now so young, hey, made experience 60-something years. God don't change the constitution now to 5 years renewable forever. So ye that small Muhammad Idris Debbie don't really make himself a life president right from this point. Where he copy him? Next door, for inside Semak. Inside the oldest president for the whole world, they inside Semak and a French territory. Yes. So you see, all this kind of description, you and me, what would we go do for them? How we find ourselves there? Then you ask yourself, say, how manage? How this one be ever become possible? How we ever manage to find ourselves unevenly yoked with a set of people that like this kind of ones? You hear the question when they ask them. Say for that country, so people that see they men then they human beings and they people that with brains that see they that nobody feel understand. Nobody feel understand. Say a set of people, the millions of people that will sit down saying that a 93-year-old diaper wearing on Nigerian, we hardly 70 around. Because you actually ask them, now for which country if you tell me for the world, where less than 1 month to a major election like presidential election, where the candidate, the president will still come out travel going abroad on a private visit. You feel imagine them? Now for which country in the world where that kind of thing happen? Tell me the country in the world where that kind of thing be possible. If not only for La République du Cameroon. My country people. Shameful, disgusting, and that poor BSF never open his mouth, make one statement about that election. I mean one statement, never open his mouth. Oh yes, I say he never open his mouth, make one statement so about that election. But on the contrary, if he manage to go for bed, he become an for receive French ambassador. Me French ambassador can't tell people that Cameroon say, "Una president they find until they come for before." Yes, they will manage to hook up and adjust himself small. Now for run, go enjoy sweet, good air and all whatnot for this hotel with the for my screen. Yes, for this luxurious Mandarin hotel for Geneva. Huh? So then with this gentleman, no feel understand, that way Africa no feel understand. Say now which can contribute that? People that human beings and they yet you go, yes, people they say professor this, you say no, professor of political science, no, you know, the head of state policy agenda is that, you know, you have to make sure that you have la res publica. La res publica has to live, has to survive. Then we go hear people that can't stand to say, oh no, someone's knee is on the neck of the southwest. Yet the person where you need, they for the neck, you stand and look, you not feel cough back. You can't find out about it. That, I mean, it's utterly embarrassing. Now, whether nobody anywhere in the world fit understand. Now, whether they'll tell you, say, Cameroon that a key obstacle because every other country for Africa go fit try for achieve their real independence from the hands of France, not Cameroon, not La République du Cameroun. That one, na future impossible tense. Future impossible tense. And so France will use a stronghold like Cameroon for try for hold down a sub-region like Semak for maintaining presence for East Africa. Now, the thing what this gentleman is talking about. This is what you need to know. That is what you need to know. And France will do everything for stay for them because all they want to get a presence inside the Gulf of Guinea. And France they access to that Gulf of Guinea. It go pass through Amazonia. Because you know, southern Cameroons, aka Amazonia, will be in the heart of the Gulf of Guinea. When that the second most important geopolitical Gulf after the Persian Gulf for inside Middle East. That is what we need to know. I think this we get for barriers our head. Now, why they don't get to understand the purpose, the reason there? For this we fight. For separate ourselves from these people, they don't get vision. For separate ourselves from these people, they don't get perspective. For keep these kind of people the way they only day in now for help. For bring locusts for we land. For get them out of we land. Because nobody ever get anything for do them in the first place. This is very important to know. Freedom is sweet, not a sweet past freedom. For fight for that freedom now inalienable right. And the right to self-determination now internationally recognized right for a people, the way they be recognized as a people under international law, and Southern Cameroons be recognized as a people under international law. Now, why they always go back? But there's no check say they talk now from the blues, and they talk now from the blues. Now, why they always come back for this map, for this picture? So make you see, even United Nations, they confirm for you to talk. Now, United Nations delegation, this one, maybe I produce this picture. Maybe I should not cover. No. Now, Paul Biya stand for the now representative of Secretary General for United Nations, Abutrika, I hope say I need to mix up. Now, in that today, and they become for can hand in these two maps of the Republic du Cameroon as gift when the Republic du Cameroon for 2010 will celebrate the 50th year of their independence, of their so-called independence, because they not be independent. The 50th year. So the gift, the president of the United Nations will send them now this reminder for the Republic du Cameroon say, in case you don't forget your history, know the territorial limits of the country where you celebrate 50 years of its independence, La République du Cameroun. Now, what they map that for the République du Cameroun stand today, and the other map that man carry for a hand, now they map that of Southern Cameroons. No ever forget this fundamental truth. Because if you forget this fundamental truth, now it makes some people they confused. Yes, even Bible say, my people die, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Country people, this thing I tell you be very pertinent.